right, so we're just getting to the dailies that we have.
Right.
Okay. Let's begin this morning with the daily graphic. And on the front page of the daily graphic, we have Parliament ratifies Ghana Bauxite Company's mining license. 7.3 million Ghanaians multidimensionally poor. This is from the Ghana Statistical Services report. It came out, I think, sometime last week or a couple of weeks ago, and this story is still on in the papers. We have the big story on the front page. MPP running mate, Matthew Poku Prempeh, the chosen one. That's the way the Daily Graphic chooses to announce the story. And then malaria-related deaths reduced drastically. Some good news there. Stories on page 13 of the Daily Graphic.
Right, I have the Ghanaian Times newspaper, Garmanche Foundation, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to renovate Manche Takiteria, the first cluster of schools, and the story can be seen on page 9 of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. And also Kenya violent protest, 5 Ghanaian MPs caught up in demo save, set to return this weekend. Napo NPP presidential running mate race, Napo gets the nod as president accepts choice to partner VP for election 2024.
All right. So the New Finder has these headlines here. It says growth to hit 2-year high as domestic demand is expected to rebound. Parliament ratifies Ghana Bauxite Company's mining license, the mining lease. Cement manufacturers, trade minister clash over proposed cement price regulation. And we have BOG committed no error in revoking license of UniCredit. And this is from the Supreme Court. And the Church of Jesus Christ, Garmanche Foundation, renovate at the Braka School. And so those are the stories on the front page of the New Finder.
Right. The Daily Guide newspaper, the Church of Jesus Christ, Garmanche Renovate School. NPP VIP raise Baumia picks Napo. Trade Minister introduces cement pricing law. E-Transform project connects 951 government agencies to internet. Parliament ratifies bauxite mining lease. That's it for the Daily Guide newspaper.
All right. So we have here the Anchor newspaper, and it says on the front page of the Anchor, Zonda Tech unveils luxurious vehicles to boost Ghanaian automotive industry. And Zonda was with us a couple of years ago at the This is Ghana Fair and Exhibition. And yeah, looking forward to seeing some of these cars, hopefully, this year as well. Ekufuado OK's Baumia Napo ticket. We have $40 million locked up drugs finally cleared after minister's threat to sleep at Tema Port. Yeah, better late than never, I guess. Nzima youth rise up against detractors of Adamu's resources. And Ghana Bauxite free to mine at a Waso concession as Parliament ratifies mining lease.
On the front page of the Chronicle newspaper, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints supports renovation of Adabraka School. High Court judge tells AG, take Collins Dowda's case from my court if you don't want to prosecute. And also Parliament ratifies Ghana Bauxite Company mining lease. And the memory verse for this morning on the Chronicle newspaper, Galatians 4:16. So I have become your enemy by telling you the truth with a question mark. So have I become your enemy? Have I become your enemy by telling you the truth? And that's on in Galatians chapter 4, verse 16.
Yeah, the shade is nice. I like the shade for this one. Yeah. You have taken a matter to court.
I know.
You are not prosecuting. You are just there. And I think the judge has every right to say, make come out for there if you won't prosecute. Get out of my court. Anyway, Supreme newspaper is next, and the MPP running mate saga. Baumia consults Ekufuado on Napo. We have Zonda Tech launches Tank 300 and Poor pickup models. So these are some models from the company that they've released. YEA starts BEAP with 1,452 businesses, and 951 government institutions connected with high-speed network under e-Transform project. And yeah, it will be interesting to see which of the government institutions have been connected. I heard earlier that DVLA is part of it and a few others as well. That's interesting. So we have some of them. We have the courts, the DVLA, Ghana Meteorological, Agency, the health ministry, MMDAs, and a few others. The police as well. Okay, so interesting. Ni Kwame Akashi Dente family chases NDC's Samuel Achu Forson for land theft in quotes. And Parliament ratifies Ghana Bauxite Company's mining lease.
Right, on the front page of the Daybreak newspaper, NAPO tops Dankwa Institute running mate poll. Also, NAPO My Choice, Baumia Nana, and 133K US dollars property in Dubai is chicken change, and that's from Asaga. Parliament ratifies bauxite lease. Octopus case, the incredibly scandalous case of the West Legon Mafiso, a big-time lawyer and a major businessman in the land swindle, the link to Supreme Court, IGP, and the General Legal Counsel soon. And that's coming up also on the front page of the Daybreak newspaper.
All right, the business analyst says here, inflation expected to decline to 21.9% in June 2024. We have plastic producers warn government over 5% excise tax on locally manufactured plastic products. One week ultimatum. Now, Ghana's e-Transform project connects 951 government institutions to a high-speed network, and Ghana's port slump in global rankings.
Right, my final paper for the morning, the New Independent newspaper, on the front page of that, NDC's Samuel Achu Forson in alleged land theft. Ni Kwame Akashi Dente family raises alarm. Reverend Kusi Boateng suffers third defeat against Ablakwa at Court of Appeal. And water and sanitation sector key to national development, and that's from stakeholders. E-Transform project made significant strides as 951 government institutions connected with high-speed internet. And also Baumia names NAPO as choice for running mate.
My final paper is the BNFT, and let me just give you a couple of the headlines here. It says here, banks achieve 62.5% compliance with sustainable banking principles by end of 2023. The Church of Jesus Christ and Gamanche transform Mancheteria, the first school. And again, the 951 government institutions connected with high-speed network under the e-Transform project. Just a quick comment on this one, the Latter-day Saints and the Gamanche. I think the Gamanche has been pretty impressive in the last, since he was installed, officially, because you see him out there. He's not like an armchair chief in court. He's very, very active out there, developing, leading the charge, leading people to say, let's go do, let's get things done, and bringing development, all that. It's very impressive, and I just wish that all of our various traditional leaders will be proactive in the same similar fashion. Very kudos to you, sir. Right, just a quick one here. Let me just read this briefly before we go for sports. Plastic producers warn government, and the story here says that the Ghana Plastic Manufacturers Association has issued a one-week ultimatum to the government demanding the suspension of the newly introduced 5% excise tax on locally manufactured plastic products. Now, the association warns of a potential industry-wide shutdown if their demands are not met. Also, over 30,000 workers in Ghana's plastic manufacturing sector may face layoffs. Now, the story goes on, can continue on page 3 of the paper, but just a quick comment and to say that I think it's very important for us as a nation to look at this matter of plastics.
Right.
You're right, because there's something we call single-use plastics, right? You see the like the Gary Olonka type of plastic, right? How often do you find that when you pour your Gary out, you preserve the plastic to use again? Do you get what I'm saying? How many people actually keep their black polythene bag after they return with their wachi? Right. You keep it to use again and again. Do you get it? Most of the time, we dispose of it, right? Yes. Good. Single-use plastics. Ghana doesn't seem to be interested in taking the hard decisions, right? There are some countries, when you go, if you arrive in the country and we see that you are holding plastic, it will be seized at the airport. Yeah. In Africa here, Rwanda has done it. You go to other places like Singapore, they've banned it. Yeah. If you go to Europe, listen, if you want plastic, you pay for it. Yes. If you want paper bag, it's free. Yeah. But if you want plastic, you pay for it. There's a rationale. We have to think about it. Yeah. We can't just do talk shop and say that we are interested in the environment. You are not interested in the environment if you won't ban single-use plastic. You are not. You see, you are treating us like we are children, but we are not children, right? If you say you are interested in the environment, ban single-use plastics and let's see actual active steps. We should encourage people to bring their own bags to shops. If you go to Europe, that's what is done. People, they carry their own bag. They fold their bag in there and they will carry it with them. When they arrive at the place, they say, look, my bag is here. Put the things inside because you're going to pay money for
Ghana,
extra bag.
If someone buys something worth 1 cedi, they even, oh, mommy, robber.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Right?
Yet, they take the thing out of the poly bag
and throw the poly bag away.
That's it. We have issues of
and then we are complaining.
Every raining season.
Thank you.
And when it happens, you see lots of plastics in the drains. And it's sad.
Listen, we need to be serious.
Sad.
We need to be serious. All right, sports is next. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's get into some sports. Now, Georgia pulled off a stunning 2-0 win over Portugal last night in the final group of matches. Now, Group F. Listen, I was spooked when I woke up at dawn to see that Georgia had beat Portugal. I was like, no way, this didn't happen. But it did. The Georgians scored in the 2nd and the 57th minute to give them a historic win and a place in the last 16 of the tournament. Now, the other group game ended 2-1 to Turkey as they beat Czechia. Now, Hakan Kalhonoglu and Cenk Tosun scored for the Turks, while Tomas Suchek scored for Czechia. Now, the final group standings saw Portugal finishing top with Turkey and Georgia coming 2nd and 3rd, respectively. In the afternoon batch of matches, Belgium drew goalless with Ukraine, while Slovakia and Romania drew 1-1 to leave all 4 teams on 4 points. However, Romania qualified in top spot with Belgium and Slovakia also going through. Ukraine's negative goal difference went against them as they finished bottom of the pile. Now, following the round of group games, and the 16 teams made it out of the group stage, including the hosts, Germany, defending champions Italy, and all the pre-tournament favorites. Now this weekend, the round of 16 will begin, and here are the fixtures. Switzerland faces Italy, Germany faces Denmark, England faces Slovakia, Spain versus Georgia, France versus Belgium, Portugal will face Slovenia, Romania faces Netherlands, and Austria versus Turkey. So those are the games for beginning this weekend.
Right. Still on some sports stories, let me take you quickly to the camp of the Black Stars, as Black Stars defender Dennis Odoi has officially joined Belgium Jupiler Pro League side Royal Antwerp from fellow Belgian League side club Brugge. Odio joined Antwerp on a free transfer after his 2-year run with club Brugge ended following the expiration of his contract. The Belgium-born player played for Ghana at the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. The club stated that the 36-year-old fullback had signed a 2-year deal with Antwerp.
All right. So that's where we end sports for this morning.